Greetings, everybody. I am just a small town girl living in a lonely world, and welcome to Wolfinia. This is episode 265 of my Minecraft survival series, and over the course of the past many episodes at this point, we have made a lot of progress here in the Wolf Market in the Waterside district of our city. All our major storage buildings are in, at least in these couple areas at this point, but there's more to the Wolf Market than just these few buildings. There is actually going to be a whole nother section of the Wolf Market housed within these kind of side wings of the Waterside district, and we've talked about this before. We have the ore store here, obviously. Now, these wings are actually pretty big, and they're going to house more than just the Wolf Market. But the Wolf Market is all we're really focused on today. Now, as we've continued to expand Wolfinia, we have added beacon buffs to areas of our city where we've worked. Now, currently we have jump boost and haste throughout most of the city, but not all of it. If we make our way over this way towards the outer districts, you can see we're basically just working with jump boost at this point, which is probably my favorite beacon buff, most useful beacon buff, but not the only beacon buff that I want. And I figure if we're going to start making our way over here towards the outer districts, if we're eventually going to start building in the outer districts, we're going to want to buff it up. Now, we're not going to be making our entire city buff today. That'd be ridiculous. It's a gradual process, you know, but I do want to make some beacon gains today, and we are going to need to get some haze beacons if we are to do that. So what we're going to do is head the other way because I am going the complete wrong direction at this point. What we're going to do is make our way over to the Withering House, get some wither skulls, make some withers, get some beacons. So, I think what I'm going to do is just hang out over here for a couple hours, collect some skulls while I do some other stuff here in the background. At this point, let's go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Okay, so we've got our wither skulls at this point, but we also need some soul sand to spawn withers, right? So I'm making a quick stop here in Wolfinia. In fact, let's go ahead and bring over a few stacks just so we have some in reserve, because our next stop is going to be the end. Now, in the interest of efficiency, and y'all know I'm all about that efficiency, not really. But in this case, I am, because I spent some time AFKing down at our silverfish spawner just so we can get some silverfish over to the end, because I figure some wither roses would be a nice bonus, right? So, this will be fun. Okay, that's quite enough of that. I'm happy y'all decided to greet me. Pleasure seeing you. You know what, just meet me over at the house. Crap, I should have set up beforehand. That's fine. We got some time before our guests arrive. We'll go ahead and just get everything prepared for them, right? So that should be good for that, and we can go ahead and get out of here before they start entering, because I don't want to be here when they do. But you guys know the plan. At this point, we're going to bring the silverfish over here. We're going to get some wither roses. When we spawn our first wither, we're then going to spawn a few more withers and get some beacons and all that stuff, right? So at this point, let's go ahead and put that music on, get to work. Okay, you know what? I think that's actually probably good enough for now, because I'm not going to use all these beacons today, and I do want to keep some wither skulls and all that stuff here in reserve, so that way we can get wither roses if we need to, right? So, wither roses are looking good too. We are looking good here. So, at this point, let's go ahead and make our way back to Wolfinia. Hey, friend! You good in there? Yeah? You looking good? You looking real good. All right, I got some stuff to do, so I'll catch you later. All right, so I think we are finally prepared. Let's go ahead and make our way out here and start adding our haste beacons. Now, we're going to be adding haste beacons to the beacons that are already set up. The ones that are already deepened, which should include this one, yeah. The ones with this blue light on them, those are the ones we're going to be adding a yellow light to get our haste. Now, some of these beacons we do still need to deepen and do some work on. I'm not worried about those ones today. We're just worried about the ones that we're worried about today. You know what I'm saying? So, at this point, let's go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Okay, so at this point, I think we have all the beacons in that we're going to be getting in today. The coverage is looking good, it's feeling good, and I am liking it. Look at that. Now, as we discussed, some of these beacons are still going to need to be deepened, and that's something we will work on in the very near future, because I thought I had made a lot more progress as far as deepening the beacons than I actually have. So we're going to get around to that again real soon, but not today. Today, we are going to be turning our attention back to the Wolf Market. Now, as far as the Wolf Market goes, at the top of the episode, we discussed how we were going to be extending it inside these wings of the Waterside district, where we're going to need to add such things as floors, walls, and ceilings as well. All the stuff to make the interior feel complete. Now, I'm mainly focused on just the main circles for right now, not the extensions of the wings, which means we're going to also probably need to add some theming around here to our mob drops area, much like we did to the end area, just to signify, you know, this is where we go to get our mob drops and all that mess. This side should actually be pretty easy, you know, it's small. The other side is a little bit bigger, so I've taken some time to make some considerations out for what we're going to do in here, in these areas. Because we do have all these big open spaces that I was thinking might be good for, you know, additional stores and storage and stuff like that. Because, I mean, we do have the room for it, right? But then I started thinking, you know, this is a shopping area, and what kind of shopping area doesn't have a food court? I was thinking this might actually be a good area for a food court, you know? Like this could be the dining area. We can get some better views in here, maybe crack open this wall, maybe even make a nice little balcony here. You know, get some air flowing through, right? And I was thinking that if we're going to do that, maybe this area could be where we get our food. This could be like a little kitchen, you know? So we come in here just like this, place our order right over here, then make our way around to this side to pick up our order. Then we can take it over here to the dining area and, you know, eat up. I mean, aside from that, it's the same stuff we're doing to the other side. You know, we need to get some walls in here. We need to get some ceilings in here. We need to do some, you know, minor theming around the ore store. Yeah, just minor theming. We're not going too crazy with it because we don't have a whole lot of room to play with. But I mean, that's the gist of it. That's the gist of what we're going to be doing here today. So I think I have everything that I'm going to need, at least to get started anyway. So at this point, let's go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Welcome back, everybody. So, before we actually get around to looking at everything we've done here, there are some things I did to this side that I didn't think to do to this side, which I did first. So we're going to go ahead and make a few little changes around here just for cohesion's sake and because it needs to happen. One of the first things I want to do is I want to kind of make these railings surrounding the portal, much like the railings that are surrounding the Waterside district right here with the light blue stained glass. Now, I did already make these changes to the first floor, like downstairs, but, you know, I want to do it up here also, so I don't forget. Alright, so that should be good. This upper section is now done and ready for us to do something with in the future. Now, I want to also add some lighting down here surrounding these pillars. Now, do we actually need the lighting? No, we have plenty of lighting down here. Do I want to add the lighting purely for aesthetic purposes, to actually make it look like there's something going on with these otherwise plain pillars? Yes, that's it. You got it. Oh my goodness. Y'all need to get dressed. Don't you know we're expecting company? Have you no sense of decency? Alright, so let's go ahead and take a peek at what we've done in this episode, beginning over here with the ore store. Now, the ore store consists of the ore store, obviously, but in addition to that, we also have a place where we can stop and get a quick bite to eat, and eventually we'll bring over some chefs to cook up some food for the residents of Wolfinia, including some more of this delicious-looking lie cake. Love me some cake. Except for this cake is a lie. It's not that good. But if we do decide to get a slice, we can bring that over here into the dining area to enjoy it. We have some ambiance over here. There's a little fountain right here. We're going to let all the copper in this area weather a little bit before we wax it and kind of make everything official. We also added an additional balcony over here, so this offers us a supplementary exit and entrance into this wing of the Waterside district. Of course, we already have, one right there, but, having another never hurts. Now we can turn our attention to the main area of this area, the ore store. You can see we did the theming mostly with quartz. I was considering copper, but I don't know. I just think quartz would look better, and we do store our quartz here, so it does kind of make sense. We also have our ore breakdown area here, our ore smelting area here. Basically, the ore store is the store we go to for all our ore-related needs. Now, if we cross to the other side of the Waterside district, we make our way to Ends and Oddities, or Oddities and Ends. I haven't decided which kind of name I'm going to go with yet, which one rolls off my tongue better than the other. But regardless, we can make our way over to the Oddities section where we have our mob drops and stuff like that. These little guys out front kind of designate what this area is supposed to be. Part of the, kind of spooky theming we got going on for this area. We continue on this way. You can see the theming continues into the end section, obviously, which we worked on previously. Most of the rest of this section of Rotunda was basically just finishing things up, getting interior walls in here, getting a ceiling in, and that's pretty much all there was to it. This is coming along nicely, though, I think. Now, we have worked our way past the rotundas, the bottom rotundas, into the outer wings of the Waterside district, where, I am going to reserve some space to do additional storage and stuff like that for future updates. But I also have some other plans which are going to make up part of these outer wings as well, which I am kind of excited to work on, but we're not going to discuss those yet. So I am really happy right now. Let me tell you why. The storage project as of now is complete. All these storage areas now have builds. The rotundas were like the last part of that. So like all the storage areas are functionally complete. They're complete form-wise. Feels good. Now, of course, we are going to be working on the storage system again eventually, but as of right now, I am happy to call it done. So, I think that's what we're going to call it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean a whole lot to me. And if you want to see more of Wolfinia, please remember to subscribe. But as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I took the midnight train going anywhere, and I will see you guys later.